So, hello there everyone and welcome, it is Niran here, and today it is time for me to bring you a very exciting video indeed. It's another concept video. I haven't done one of these in quite some time, but I'm really looking forward to showing you this one. It's 100% my favourite one to date. Today I'm going to be talking about what a creation centre would look like in FIFA 19. So what it would be like to be able to create your own team in career mode on future FIFA games, because it's something that used to be obviously in the game. The creation centre was in old FIFAs, but more recently there's a lack of customization really when it comes to creating your own team, and there's a massive scope for that in FIFA. And as you'll see from the concept, there's so much stuff you'd be able to do if you were able to, create your own team and then obviously put it into career mode. Now before we start this one, again a massive shout out to OneFootball who are sponsoring this video. Football news app where you can get results, fixtures and also news about specific teams that you support or that you are interested in. Link will be down in the description below for you to download that app. It's on Apple and obviously Android as well. And if you're new around here, then make sure to slap a like on the video and of course subscribe if you are new to the channel. It's that big red button under the video and it really helps me out. But let's get into the concept. So I've got 3 screen grabs to show you in this one, but there's plenty more that I can talk to you about as well. Alright, so first up here we have the screen that will dictate where your team is actually from. So we've got the location tab. It isn't actually the first one. I haven't done screen grabs or whatever for all of the options you can see down the left hand side, so I'll talk you through those first of all. We've got team details, location, roster, club crest, kit selector, sponsors, backroom staff, and advanced settings. And obviously when you've gone through all that, then you can press on done. Team details. Now this one literally is your basics, so what the club name is, what the abbreviation is, and all the really basic stuff about the club, when it was founded, maybe when it was established, and all that sort of stuff. Just the really bare basics. And then you move on to the location. So obviously you've got where it's going to be country-wise. It could be from wherever, any league or any country, sorry, that has its league on the game. We've then got roster, which would basically be, the team that you're going to have. So you could either have created players or you could have a roster of players that are real, IRL players and that are already on the game, and assemble a team that way. You could maybe randomly generate it or randomize it or whatever, or you could choose and pinpoint specific players that you would like to have in the team. Club crest, that's pretty self-explanatory. That's the position, that's the part of the menu, sorry, where you can actually determine what the club's badge or logo looks like and choose from different colours like you have on pro clubs. Kit selector, I will go through in more detail, but that's a similar thing again to like you've got on pro clubs. Sponsors, again, we'll go through that one too. Backroom staff, again, pretty self-explanatory, so your assistant manager, coaching staff, youth scouts and all that sort of stuff. You can either, again, create them or maybe choose from real life backroom staff. And then the advanced settings, which might be stuff like the nickname of the club, the nickname of the fans maybe that support the club, a stadium design, or whatever else doesn't really fit into the other tabs on the left hand side. So let's talk about the one on the screen in a little bit more detail. It's pretty self-explanatory, but it is the location. You can see in the example we've got England and then a map of England, and obviously then a pinpoint to the city or area that you would like your club to be in. You'd maybe be able to choose between all the major cities in England, I don't know, maybe 20 options: London, Manchester, Nottingham, Birmingham, Norwich, all that sort of stuff. And then you can then slim that down even further into boroughs or areas. So for this one, Ealing, which is where I was born, that's in West London, so that's sort of the borough within London. You'd maybe have a different one if you were in Manchester or Birmingham. You'd choose a borough or area around Greater Manchester, for example, so maybe Blackburn or Rochdale or whatever. And then a rival team, which is obviously a team based near to that location that would create a rivalry, would be a derby. And I think Brentford and QPR are the sides around Ealing, so you'd be able to choose between them or maybe even more lower league options. And then your stadium name as well. In this case it's Pittshanger Stadium because that's an area near Ealing. So yes, that's basically what you would see on the location tab. In my opinion, it looks pretty smooth as well, and again, it would be nice to just get that sort of customization into the game. Imagine being able to actually create your club to this level of detail in FIFA 19. That would be absolutely insane. It's something that would really enhance the game, just generally speaking, and that I would absolutely love to see within the game. Now, screenshot number 2 focuses on the kit selector option, and this is a feature that I would love to see in FIFA generally speaking, is the ability to edit kits. It gets a little bit stale when you're in a career mode and your team has had the same kit kit for say 6 or 7 seasons, the ability to actually change the design, change the sponsors, and change the kit supplier would really be cool just on a general level. So it would then be nice to, on top of that, have it added to a club creator section within the game. So you can see here we've got the home and away kits, kit suppliers, and then advanced. Now, I guess, maybe one flaw is that you'd like to have an alternate kit as well. Maybe that would then be added where you can have a home, away, and a third strip. But basically, if you were to click on the home kit, you'd then be able to edit the colors, base colors, secondary colors, tertiary colors, all that sort of stuff. Maybe the collar type, or the color even, and then the shorts color as well. And then again, when you move on to the away side, you'd obviously have the same options, the design that you'd like to have. So in this case, you've got the camouflage body and then sort of a more plain sleeve look, whereas with the home kit, you've got the sort of, it's kind of looks just primarily red, but you've also got like little fine polka dots down towards the bottom. There are slightly more darker shades. To be able to edit all of that, colors, designs, all that sort of stuff. Over on the right hand side, you've also got the kit supplier, where you can scroll through all of those: Adidas, Puma, Nike, New Balance, Le Coq Sportif if you're really into that sort of thing, and all of those, and they'll obviously appear in the position where you would have the kit supplier on the kit. They're not there, but if you were to pick whatever you wanted, you could maybe have Adidas Original or Adidas New, whatever. You could choose between any of those. And then you've got the advanced options: sleeve length, you could either have short or long; shirt font, which is the default; sleeve crest, which is default; and then collar type, which is rounded. So in this case, shirt font and sleeve crests, the shirt font would obviously be the numbers on the back of the shirt and then the names of the players. If you want that to be default and to match with the league that you're in, choose that one. In that case, it would have been EFL, or if you're a Premier League side, it would be the Premier League one. But if you want to have specific different fonts or typefaces, then you could choose those as well. So that was Kitt Selector and then location. The final thing I'm going to go through in great detail is the sponsors tab, and as you can see, it's a little bit less complex than the other ones, but I don't feel like it necessarily has to be too complex in comparison. And this is basically where you would choose your shirt sponsor, and then I guess in some instance you'd be able to then choose the sponsors that maybe go on the billboards around, not the billboards, the boards that go around the stadium. I can't remember what they're called, but those ones as well, or that hang up in the stadium, whatever, but mainly the ones that go on the shirt itself. So you have different options. You can scroll through them right and left. You can see Elgato Gaming is here on the screen. You've got the sponsor details that describes what the company is on the right hand side, and then underneath that, the actual details of the sponsorship that's being offered to you. Because obviously if you were going into a career mode with this side, you need to balance out the amount of money that each one is going to give you and decide which is the right option based on the amount of money that you need. So you've got a fixed payment, which will be a certain amount per season, then bonus payment for reaching a certain objective, and then the actual length of that sponsorship, the length that contract would be. Now, you wouldn't necessarily get all the sponsors offering themselves to you straight away. There may be change as the season goes along, and you'd get better and different offers as you go along. In this instance, you can see here Elgato offering £1.45 million per season just up front. That's absolutely fine, you just get that. And then a bonus payment of an extra 600k for finishing 6th or above. On the right hand side, you can see HP there might offer a higher fixed payment or a better bonus, but maybe one that's a little bit less attainable. You then have to balance those pros and cons and decide what's going to sponsor your club and what's going to go onto your kit. Obviously, that sponsor wouldn't necessarily just appear on the kit. I just mentioned some of the other places you tend to see sponsorships, on the boards around the stadium or on the actual stadium itself. Maybe you could even have a sponsorship that changed the name of the stadium for extra cash on top of that as well. So that basically is how I would love that to look. And in terms of ideas, so much that could go into it. If you guys want me to make a separate video just listing off loads of ideas that I'd love to see, and it all make, maybe concepts for some of the other tabs that I've shown you in this one that I didn't go into detail for, then let me know down in the comment section below. I'll be happy to make some more designs, or at least just talk about the stuff that I was showing off in this video in a bit more detail, or whatever you guys want to see. Just drop it down in the comment section below. But yeah, I mean, the excitement would be unreal if they actually added this to the game. If you've enjoyed this video though, slap a like on it, subscribe if you're new to the channel. You can also follow me on social media these days. My Twitter handle is @theofficialfng, links are down below, and my Instagram is exactly the same. You can also feel free to check out the OneFootball app down in the description below. Big shout out to those guys for sponsoring this one. But it's been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a great day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.